What's going on, guys? It is Bernardo, and you just saw a quick unboxing on the HP ZBook Firefly G10. So what comes inside the box? We have our warranty and technical support pamphlet. We have our important product information kind of envelope, which I haven't opened it up, but I'm guessing there's a lot of important stuff in here. We have a Type-C 65 watt power adapter as well as the power cable. And then last but not least, which I actually have open right now, we have the beautiful HP ZBook Firefly G10 laptop weighing around 4 pounds with a thickness of 0.77 inches. This guy is a beast. Let's go over some of the ports and features on this laptop. All right, so if you have the laptop facing you to the point that you are able to open it up like this, which is super easy to open it up. Look at that, pretty easy. On your right-hand side, you have one 3.2 Gen 1 USB port and a combo audio jack. On the left-hand side, you have your smart card reader, two Thunderbolt 4 ports, one 3.2 Gen 1 always-on charging USB port, and your HDMI port. All right, so I'm going to take the power supply right now. I'm going to hook it up to one of the Type-C ports. It does not matter which one you use to power this guy on. Awesome, and let's open this guy up. Beautiful, and let's power it on. Now, the power button is actually located between the print and the delete button, so let's press it. So the HP ZBook Firefly G10 is pretty fast in booting up. It took around 20 seconds to boot up. And right now it is looking for my face because you are able to log in using Windows Hello. But it also has a fingerprint scanner located right here, which I'm going to log in right now using my fingerprint. Awesome. All right, so let's talk about the trackpad. The trackpad itself, measurement-wise, is around 5.04 inches. It is pretty large. When I was using it, I didn't have any problems, but I did find myself plugging in a USB mouse half the time because of my workflow, using Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and all those other applications. I need to have a mouse to, maneuver stuff quickly. But the trackpad, I didn't have any issues at all. For the keyboard on the ZBook Firefly G10, it is a full keyboard layout with the number pad right here on your right-hand side. When I was using the keypad, really responsive. Not that clicky kind of responsive, but it's pretty smooth. The keys itself feels like a Lenovo ThinkPad, which I really like. So using this particular keyboard on this laptop was fine for me. Now the key distance between the keys, it's pretty tight, so it's around 0.10 inches. Typically, I've seen laptops with 0.12, but this guy right here, they're pretty close together. Now the keyboard is backlit. If you press F9, it has about 2 levels. The first level is the highest, the second level is the lowest, and then turning it off is the third one. Speakers are actually located at the very bottom of the laptop, so if you have it on the hard surface, the sound will bounce off. The loudness that I got on the speakers was around 95.5 decibels. Now for the display, we are rocking a 16-inch OLED with LBL plus UWVA. Now LBL stands for low blue light, and UWVA stands for ultra wide viewing angle. Now the resolution for this particular laptop is around 2880 by 1800. Now the brightness level, this is the highest that you could go, and this is the lowest, and this is the highest, and this is the lowest. And let's bring it all the way up one more time, and this is the highest. If you want to know about nits, it's around 400 nits. This particular model has about 400 nits. It is HDR enabled, not Windows HDR. It's basically naturally HDR. Just got to make sure that you have the power cable plugged in to turn on that feature within the system display options. Now, the refresh rate for this particular model is 60 or 120. You can pick either 60 or 120 or leave it as dynamic. By default, it is set to dynamic, so the machine itself will adjust itself accordingly depending on what you're doing on it. At the very top of the display, you have a webcam, which is 720p, 5 megapixels. On each side of the webcam, you have your dual mics. This model does come with a privacy screen guard right here. It's pretty super simple to open and close. You don't really have to really dig in there to open it and close it, but I feel like the more you open it and close it, this guy is going to get loose, and it's just going to be flip-flopping side by side. Now, I did take some raw footage using the built-in webcam as well as the built-in mic, so let's check that out. All right, so this is the built-in webcam within the ZBook Firefly G10. 5 megapixels, 720p. I'm using OBS to capture the footage, using the built-in mic as well. So hopefully everything sounds and looks great. During post, that's when I'm actually going to see how it really looks. Within OBS, I'm recording it and stretching it out to 1920 by 1080, so that might affect the quality of the video. But within OBS, it looks great. All right, let's talk about the specifications on the HP ZBook Firefly G10. Now, HP sent this guy with a lot of good specifications. I was really happy on what I got to review for you guys. So let's hold the Control, Shift, and hit Escape. Fancy way to bring the task manager up. Let's expand this guy right here. Let's go inside Performance. Within Performance, let's go to CPU. Let's right-click on the CPU, change graph to logical processors. Now, you already see 2 cores just maxing out really hard, and it's because I'm recording the screen. But this machine is running a 13th gen Intel Core i7 1365U processor. Base speed is around 1.80 gigahertz, 1 socket, 10 cores, 12 logical processors, and it has virtualization enabled. And you know, I love laptops with virtualization enabled because I'm able to use VMware Workstation to create virtual machines and play around with, right? Now, this machine, memory-wise, it has around 32 gigs, which is really good. A solid-state drive, which is about 2 terabytes. It comes with 2 graphic cards. The first graphics processor is the Intel Iris Xe graphics. And then last but not least, we have the NVIDIA RTX A500 laptop GPU with 4 gigs. Now, the laptop itself, with these specifications, I was able to do a lot of editing 4K naturally. I didn't have to create any proxy files with my 4K files within Premiere. I was able to encode within Media Encoder with no problem. I was able to do a lot of coloring within DaVinci, and the display is amazing. The colors on the display is awesome. Very dynamic, really rich. The black colors are like, it pops. One of the things I love about this laptop is the display and the way that the colors are produced on it. If you are a designer that deals with a lot of photo editing and color is your thing, this is the laptop that you should look into. Now, one of the things that concerns me is the heating. I got heating temperatures around this area right here. And the reason why I got heating temperatures, a lot of really heavy heating temperatures between 94 to 103 Fahrenheit, is because there is a vent between the display and the keyboard, so all that heat pushes onto the display. But it got to the point that it gets so hot around this area that I felt kind of uncomfortable using the laptop. I know you got to keep your hands up when you're typing, but sometimes I want to rest like this, and that heat was hitting my wrist. It just felt very uncomfortable. At the bottom of the laptop, you do have ventilation, so again, if it gets really hot and you have it on your lap, you're going to feel that heat. Now, for gaming, I do advise hooking this guy up on the power, because when I was playing Call of Duty, Zombies, I did get a little lag. The machine is capable of handling it. Just make sure you plug it in to get that extra juice, because if not, you're going to feel it. All right, so we just talked about the specifications, my experience using it with video editing and all that other good stuff, as well as my heating concerns on the ZBook Firefly G10. So let's talk about the battery. So let's close this up right here. Let's open this up. Boom. Now, I like to use PC Mark 10 when I do my battery testing, and I like to do 3 of them. The first one is the Modern Office battery life. It took about 5 hours and 58 minutes. On my second test, I just did pure video, and that lasts around 5 hours and 25 minutes. And then the last one, again, gaming without the power supply hooked up, and that lasts around an hour and 30 minutes. Now, my experience on this machine using it unplugged, I would say 5 hours is pretty accurate. You could actually push it to maybe 6.5 to 7. All depends if you tweak the battery settings and do like battery, green friendly battery saving mode or whatever it is. You lower the display down, because right now I have it like high. So if you lower the display a little lower, you can actually increase the battery life. Now, this laptop, you're able to go inside BIOS and then configure the card to either do hybrid or UMA. By default, it is hybrid. I've noticed that a lot of people say if you change it to UMA, which UMA only uses the Intel one, it will kind of improve the battery life. But by default, it is set up to hybrid. So the machine is using both graphics card, and it is going to decide which application is going to use what. I was using a lot of Adobe, so my guess was that the laptop was using the NVIDIA card a lot, and that's why the battery life was just draining real quick for me. But the option is there for you to switch it. All right, so let's conclude our review / unboxing on the HP ZBook Firefly G10. Firefly, what an awesome name for a laptop. So one of the cool things about this laptop is that you are able to hook up at least 3 monitors. I wasn't able to do that because I don't have 3 monitors to hook up. You are able to hook up a HDMI monitor natively onto this laptop, and you are able to hook up a Type-C monitor. Now, I wasn't able to hook up a Type-C monitor because I don't have one, so I had to use a Type-C adapter with an HDMI, and I was able to use it that way, which is pretty awesome. Now, for pricing, this laptop kind of amazed me because, like, starting price for this guy is around $1,000, and that's pretty good. I mean, the display itself, I would definitely get it. Now, don't get me wrong, starting price is $1,000, right? It all depends on how you get it configured. You got the solid-state drive, you got the memory, you got the graphics card, and it comes in different flavors depending on what type of display you want. Now, the one that I'm reviewing for you guys has the OLED display, so that's going to cost a little bit more money. My experience on the Firefly G10 was awesome, other than 2 cons, 2 problems. One, the lack of ports. Because 2 USB ports are not enough for me. I typically have external hard drives that I like to plug into my laptops to work on or drag and drop stuff into them. And I like to hook up a USB mouse. And then it only leaves me with 2 Type-C. I am able to upgrade my external hard drive to a Type-C, but that's going to cost me more money. The second con is the issue with the overheating. Again, when it really gets hot, I feel very uncomfortable around this area, and it's just me. Now, those are the only 2 issues that I found on the Firefly G10. Now, the specifications allows me to do so much on it. Gaming, just kind of make sure you plug it in to get that extra juice. I was able to edit, do Photoshop, and do coloring, and the coloring was awesome. It was beautiful. Trust me. The display, with the OLED display, the colors will pop. And that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this unboxing / review on the HP ZBook Firefly G10. And I catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.